Bambinos are out at the moment. Nicky, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good man. Like Alpha time. Yeah, just a sec. Just one thing at a time. Yeah, nice. Let's get the cameras up. We can't. I can always go out the door, talk to Nicky. Testing, testing. Hello. Can you hear me? Hello.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Teesside Autodrome for the third round of this 2019 season of the Teesside Owner Driver Sprint Championships. My name is Andrew Mather from Double Dash Motorsport Media. Great to be back here at Teesside, our first visit as Double Dash Motorsport Media to Teesside for 2019. No Chris McCarthy today. He is, I think he's in Paris actually for a bit of the Formula E, but he'll be back in future rounds, don't worry, and we'll fill in for Chris today, as well as we possibly can. Alpha Live here as well, of course, doing all the production and the camera work for this stream. Great to have them on board yet again. It should be a really, really exciting day of racing here at Teesside Karting. You can get in touch with us on Twitter at @double-mm for messages directly into the commentary box. You give us a follow on that. And of course, keep your comments, or start your comments coming in on both the Facebook and YouTube streams this morning. So it's qualifying at the moment for our respective classes. We've already had free practice for all the classes. Let's actually go through the classes that we've got here today. We'll start off each rotation with the Bambino class. That's our youngest drivers, very young indeed. We've just had their qualifying. We'll get the qualifying results confirmed to you as soon as possible. Junior Pro Kart, Junior 2-stroke, so 2 junior classes there. Cadets as well, sorry, I missed out cadets there. So Bambinos, cadets, 2 junior classes in 2-stroke karts and Pro Karts. And then finally our senior classes, the Senior 2-stroke class and the Pro Kart class. Just to run through the formats as well, 10-minute timed qualifying to start each heat, each class's respective action, a 10-lap heat based on that qualifying result, and then of course a 12-lap final. So each class is going to run 3 times across the course of the day. If you're someone with multiple technological devices, what we recommend here at Double Dash Motorsport Media is have one screen with the stream and then a second one where you're on live.alphatiming.co.uk/Teesside, and then you can get all the results, provisional results, as they come in, and also make sure you keep an eye on results.alphatiming.co.uk/Teesside. That's where all the formal results will be. Right, we are into our qualifying for the Junior Pro Kart class. Good field this, about 15 karts in this one. And at the moment, looks like Aaron Alexander is on pole position, provisional pole position, I should say. Took a clean sweep in round 2, 3 heats and a final. He's moved up from cadets last year. So he's had a good start to proceedings so far. Harry Wilson has just gone into second place with a 47.696. That's forming the front row at the moment. Harry won the round 1 final, of course, here at Teesside earlier in the year. Aaron Alexander has just gone quicker again, a 47.26 for Alexander. That moves him 4/10 of a second clear of the rest of the field here in this qualifying session. Who else is on the move? Jack Morris has just gone up to 4th place and is also top novice at the moment, a 47.938. Very good lap time from Morris. Harry Wilson improves to a 47.453, halves the deficit almost to Alexander. Just over 6 minutes of this 10-minute timed qualifying session to go. Who else is on the move? Mason Barker. Mason Barker improves to 3rd place, but is immediately displaced by Alessandro Ballesteros. So Ballesteros up to 2nd place now. Pushes Wilson down to 3rd and make it Barker down to 4th. And Jack Morris improves yet again. Jack Morris back up to 4th place now. Clear head and shoulders ahead of the rest of the novices. 3 novices running in this class today. Owen Spires currently 2nd place of those novices. He's just improved to a 48.545, 10th overall. Mason Barker improves as well to 2nd place, and in fact Ballesteros goes pole. Alessandro Ballesteros takes provisional pole position, 47.259. I think Aaron Alexander's out there trying to find a little bit of space. But Ballesteros currently has pole position by a single thousandth of a second here. 47.259 versus 47.260. Harry Wilson improves to 3rd place now, 47.268. Look at this. The top 3 covered by less than 100th of a second. We've still got 4.5 minutes of this timed qualifying to go in the Junior Pro Karts class. Alexander takes pole position back. Big step there from Aaron Alexander, 46.850 seconds. Now has pole position by 4/10 of a second. You just saw Ballesteros fly through shot, number 19 in the green and black kart. Harry Wilson improves to 2nd place, 47.062. The advantage for Alexander back down to 2/10 of a second. Brandon Jennings has just improved to 8th place, 47.949. Here comes Alexander. Cross start finish and improves yet again, 46.841. But Mason Barker back into 2nd place. This qualifying session going back and forth here in Junior Pro Kart. There's number 14 flashing through shots. That's Kieran Lambert, currently in 6th place in this times qualifying session. Lots of fastest lap times, personal bests going in on timing at the moment from our drivers. Owen Spears improves to 11th overall, retains 2nd in the novice subclass. There he goes in the blue and white car, passing through shot there through these tricky chicanes. Can anybody knock Aaron Alexander back off the perch of pole position? Kieran Lambert improves to 5th place, 47.364. Goes Aaron Alexander through shot. I think he's just got, he might have, I think it's Benjamin Haffenden who's just behind him in the number 18, if I'm not mistaken. I am mistaken, because there's Haffenden there. Might have been Ballesteros then, the number 19, who's just behind him, but 2.5 minutes of this session to go. Good response from Brandon Jennings. He's just improved to 7th place in this session, 47.573. There goes Ballesteros through, and another new fastest lap time in the session. Aaron Alexander improves yet again, 46.796 this time. Harry Wilson improves to 4th place, 47 flat for him. Callum Booth is now on the scene. 5th place for Booth, 47.310. Heading up the midfield at the moment. Ben Hogarth improves to 10th place, 48.061. Not long to go then in this 10-minute qualifying session, less than 90 seconds, so 2 or 3 laps depending on when the drivers cross start finish at the end of this session. Still Aaron Alexander on provisional pole position. Mason Barker 2nd, Alessandro Ballesteros 3rd, Harry Wilson 4th. But it's Kieran Lambert who's just improved to 5th place, a 47.293. 1 minute to go then. So number 15 coming through there, that's Asher Blythe, currently 9th place in this session. So drivers starting their laps now. This will be their final laps in this timed qualifying session. 41 comes through. There's Mason Barker still in 2nd place at the moment. I think Aaron Alexander has got traffic on this lap. He has got traffic on this lap, so this is a chance here for Mason Barker. His rivals are in traffic. He's got a clear track by the looks of it. Needs to improve about another 1/10.5 to take pole position away from Alexander. Checker flag is now out at start finish. Can anybody improve here in the Junior Pro Kart class right at the end? Here comes Mason Barker, a cross start finish. And no, he does not improve. It's a 47.662 on that last lap, but still front of the grid then for Mason Barker. But Aaron Alexander takes pole position, was dominant in round 2, and starts this one very, very nicely indeed here at Teesside Karting for round 3 of the sprint series. 47.796. Harry Wilson improves to 3rd right at the end, 46.933. He'll be very happy with that. Displaces Alessandro Ballesteros down to 4th. So your provisional grid then, Aaron Alexander on pole position, Mason Barker 2nd, Harry Wilson 3rd, Alessandro Ballesteros 4th, Kieran Lambert 5th, Callum Booth 6th, Jack Morris 7th in his top novice, and only half a second behind the top runners. 8th place for Brandon Jennings. And unfortunately, my time has just reset, so I missed the end of the top 10. Apologies. Carts coming in, being weighed by scrutineering, just making sure that everyone's legal and meeting the required minimum weight. We're going to take a very short break here on the commentary and be back with our next qualifying session, which will be the cadets. Welcome back to Teesside Autodrome for the third round of the Teesside Karting Owner Sprint Series. Our cadets are heading out on circuit. Always a very entertaining set of races are the cadets. Mix of different bits of machinery here. So basically split into the 200 class and the 160 class. And I think we've got about 15 or 16 karts out here for this group of drivers. A few novices out there as well. So this will be a 10-minute qualifying again. Drivers getting themselves warmed up at the moment. Early stages, early lap times coming in. Catherine Potter has just gone to provisional pole position, 50.681. So 18 karts in this class out at the moment. The majority of them in the 200 class. See a few novices out there as we see. The number 28 there, Jacob Giblett-Lee in the 160 class. All the novices denoted by the number boards with the black backgrounds and the white numbering. So it looks like everyone's made a lap time so far, and it is still Catherine Potter at the top of the timesheets, 50.681. There's the number 47. It's Reese Peniston, currently in 9th place. So the drivers just trying to find space for themselves out on this circuit. We're running the I like to call the oval version of the circuit. As we say, first visit for Double Dash Motorsport Media back to Teesside this season. We'll be here at least a few times throughout the year. The big one being the British 24-hour kart race, which will be here with Alpha Live later in the season. There's the number 87, that's William Robinson, one of our 160 class runners. Going down the back straight into this long right-hander, banked right-hander, flat out before braking hard into hairpin 3. Movement on the timing screen though, Oliver Buckton has just gone to pole position, 49.744 on his third lap. So good lap there from Oliver for number 66. Potter still second, Mallard third, Bella Franklin up to P4. There's number 22. That's Jared Fox-Whiteley coming through the chicanes, just behind the number 47 of Reese Peniston. So these drivers just settling down at the moment. I think a few of them are still trying to find clear air. The number 22 trying to get past the 47 again. That's Fox-Whiteley trying to get past Peniston. New provisional pole position, Catherine Potter back to the top of the timing sheets of 49.5 49.75. Hayden Clark has just improved to 4th place. Buckton takes pole position back straight away, 49.473. These two drivers working together, or trying to work together at this stage of qualifying. Just behind them there is the number 87 of William Robinson. Still Oliver Buxton in pole position at the moment, halfway through this qualifying session now. There's the number 56, which is Hayden Clark, who's just improved to 3rd place. Good lap that from Clark, up to 49.699. Gracie Mitchell has just improved as well to a 50.178. Oliver Buckton goes quicker again, 49.366 for Oliver Buckton. Now clear of the rest of the pack by 0.2 of a second. Jared Fox-Whiteley improves to 6th place, so teaming together there with Reece Peniston to get a good lap in there. Number 22 up to 6th place now. Just looking further down into the 160 class, Ollie Poole, currently the fastest 160 driver out there with a 50.258. Jacob Gibblet and Lee 2nd, and Frankie Smedley in 3rd place. Top 7 all going quicker than they have done so before, but it's still Oliver Buckton in pole position at 49.366. Catherine Potter less than 1/10 of a second behind. 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go here. There's the number 20. That is Catherine Potter, just behind the number 99 of Alexander Mallard, who won the final in round 2. So he's on good form, currently 4th place in this qualifying session. Just behind, so this is 3rd, 4th and 2nd, respectively, in the qualifying session at the moment. Linus Stern here out on circuit, so the 3 of them working together to try and beat Oliver Buckton's current provisional pole setting lap time. 3 minutes to go. Nobody going faster at the moment, and maybe drivers just having a quick breather, building themselves up for the last couple of laps in this qualifying session. And just as I say that, Jack Boulding improves to a 50.862, momentarily in 11th place because he's just been displaced by Reece Peniston. Trouble for Frankie Smedley. He's in the pit lane according to timing, so not good news there for Frankie Smedley. Number 11 there, that's Gracie Mitchell. How's Gracie doing? Currently 7th place, comfortably in the top 10 at the moment. Still these 3 drivers working together, Catherine Potter, Hayden Clark and Alexander Mallard. Potter improves just a little bit to a 49.437, so once again very, very close. The top 4 covered by a single 1/10 of a second at the moment. But can any of these drivers knock Buckton off the top there? 99 running a little bit wide there. That's Alexander Mallard in the red cart. End of a new lap. Does anyone go quicker? Now they're all in the 49.6s on that last lap. The pace has just dropped a little bit. Gracie Mitchell improves to 5th place, and just as I say that, Oliver Buckton goes quicker. 49.330 then for Buckton. And he's just clear of Catherine Potter by a 1/10 of a second. Good lap there from Jared Fox-Whiteley, up to 5th place now, 49.922. Knocks Mitchell down to 6th place, and David Mack down to 7th. 1 minute on the clock then for the drivers. Drivers crossing the line now. This will be their last lap. This will be their last chance. The number 7 is just ahead of our trio that we've been following for most of this session. It's Finlay Fishburne, currently setting a 53.192, so this is not good news for these top 3 because this traffic involving Finley Fishburn is going to mean they're not going to set a faster lap on this last chance. Not seen much of the number 66, Oliver Buckton, but he's looking pretty safe, and just great pick up there by the cameras, coming through the chicanes now into hairpin 1. Runs a little bit wide, but I think he's safe here. I think the traffic for Potter and Clark mean he is going to take pole position. Down the top bench, checkered flag is now out. Can anyone improve their position right at the end? Ollie Poole improves to a 50.230. That's good. That's good for 9th place, the O-plate holder. And it looks, yes, as if Buckton is going to take pole position. A cross start finish. Good lap there from Gracie Mitchell. Right at the end, improves to 5th place. The 49.734. But Oliver Buckton is going to be on pole position here. Really good stuff for the winner of the round 1 final. Currently 2nd in the championship. Good start to proceedings here today for the April round of the championship. Pole position by 1/10 of a second ahead of Catherine Potter in 2nd, Hayden Clark 3rd, and championship leader Alexander Mallard in 4th place. Gracie Mitchell 5th, Jared Fox-Whiteley in 6th, David Max 7th, Bella Franklin in 8th. Ollie Poole 9th overall and top of the 160 runners as well. So really good stuff in that respect for Ollie Poole. 10th was Maximus Shields, 11th Jack Balding, 12th Reese Peniston. 13th and top novice in the 160 class, 2nd overall in the 160 class was Jacob Giblett-Lee. 14th overall was Lizzie Mentier, 15th William Robinson, 16th, but having only done 6 laps, I think there was some problems there for Frankie Smedley, so he'll have work to do once we get racing, but he did beat Oliver Meek, another one of our 160 novices, and Finley Fishburn there, so a good qualifying session all round for our cadets there. We're going to take another short break here on the commentary and be back with more Teesside owner driver sprint action very, very soon. Drivers coming out then for our next qualifying session here at Teesside. So again, we'll have a 10-minute qualifying session here for what should be our 2 strokes, if my order of events is correct. First of our senior classes. So once again, 10-minute qualifying session for our senior 2 strokes. There have been a couple of additions to the entry, and that's one of them there. The number 12, James Lowther, very fast driver. Great to be watching James again, commentating on him. And it'll be interesting to see what he can do here at Teesside in this qualifying session. So a field of about 13 drivers in this class. We've got a mix of 2-stroke karts in this one as well. So you'll hear the different engine notes between the Rotaxes. We've got at least one X30 runner out there as well. You will note that some of these kart types ran separately at round 1. They were together at round 2. We've got them again here together at round 3. It looks like 10 karts have emerged out of the pits for this qualifying session, and James Lowther has indeed, well, he's absolutely flying here, 41.654 on only his second lap. Brilliant stuff from James Lowther, and he's currently almost a second clear of the rest of the field. Ryan Elliott at the moment is second. Oh, now is that a problem for the number 89? It's the 86, apologies. Alfie Lindsay going a little bit slowly there. There's the number 44, which is Andy Ambrose running in the Rotax. Currently third place, 43.514, but that's only after 2 laps, so plenty of time for these drivers to get up to speed. But James Lowther is flying. He's just gone quicker again. 41.582. The moment Lowther is in, well, frankly, a class of his own. There's the number 66, second place at the moment, Ryan Elliott in the X30 machine. You can tell that denoted with the yellow background on the number board and the black numbers. Daniel Kell has emerged out from the pit lane, so we've now got 11 runners out there on circuit. Good to see. Just focusing on who's improving out there. Paul Hudson's just improved to 5th place, 44.245 for the driver of the number 10 kart. Looks like Lowther's got traffic on this last lap, the 46.873. Number 77, Jude Cole, currently in 8th place, a 44.444. The 89 of Daniel Kelly's just improved to 4th place, just behind him, with a 43.695. Lowther's in the pits. Oh, okay. It might not be over yet then for this qualifying session, because James Lowther either thinks he's comfortable with a 41.582 and is saving tyres and the kart for later in the day, or he's got a problem at the moment. Not sure which end of the spectrum we're on that one, but he is in the pits. Can anybody else get anywhere near to the lap time that he's set earlier in the session? Andy Ambrose has just improved to a 43.179. That's good for 3rd place at the moment. Number 4 there, Ben Faccini, is in 6th place at the moment. So it's still Lowther who's in the pits. Clear from Ryan Elliott in 2nd, Andy Ambrose 3rd, Daniel Kell 4th, Alfie Lindsay 5th, Ben Faccini in 6th, Dave Brown 7th, Paul Hudson 8th, Jude Cole 9th, Lee Oxley, our single novice runner in this class, in 10th, and then Jay Smith getting up to speed now in 11th place. Daniel Kell improves to 3rd place, a 42.593. As we take a look here at the number 86, Alfie Lindsay, currently in 5th place, going into the chicanes. Lindsay is trying to improve and get into the 43s. There's a bit of a gap at the moment between Elliott, Kell and Ambrose, who are all in the 42s. Lindsay in the 44s. 4 minutes to do so. Jude Cole improves to 7th place, 44.224. Displaces Dave Brown down to 8th and Paul Hudson down to 9th. So good lap there from Jude Cole. Pretty consistent lap times coming in from Alfie Lindsay. That was a 44.306, just a 10th off the best lap time set so far by the driver of the number 86. Andy Ambrose improves to a 42.917, but still in 4th place. And he's having a little look there at the rear left. Is there a problem for the driver of the number 86? Inquisitive look. Let's go down the back straight. Still James Lowther in the pits. I just think that really this is all about the pace advantage that Lowther has got. No point risking Damage to the car. Oh, and off! Wheel! Off is Daniel Kell. Daniel Kell, I did hear a screech of tyres, and that's the reason why. Daniel Kell has lost his rear right coming through the start-finish chicane. That's quite spectacular. The wheel bounced past my commentary box window. Dramatic stuff there for Kell. And well, that's the end of his qualifying session with 2.5 minutes on the clock. And that's, well, that's a spectacular way to end your session. So we've now got first and second, both off the road. The first of those drivers elected to leave the road of his own accord. The second did not. Looking at the number 44 then, Andy Ambrose sweeps around the outside of number 17, Lee Oxley. Daniel Kell stands there with his arms folded, looking quite despondent. Quite a few pitters coming in now with 2 minutes to go. Alfie Lindsay is in, Dave Brown and Paul Hudson are both in. I just wonder if they're thinking, seeing as there are yellow flags out at start-finish, is anyone actually going to be able to improve in this session? Ryan Elliott is in as well. Here we're looking at the number 17, Lee Oxley, single novice runner in this class. 45.362 is the fastest lap time for Oxley so far. Good for 10th place out of 11. So the top three in this qualifying session are either in the pits or in the grass. Our fastest runner out at the moment is still Andy Ambrose. Here he is, the number 44 in the Cosmic Kart. In the Rotax engine. Third in the championship at the moment is Ambrose. And he's got about half a second to find to displace Ryan Elliott from third place. Another tenth of a second and he'll probably get past the stranded Daniel Kell as well. And I think the yellow flags are in, so there is going to be a chance here for a couple of drivers to improve. Andy Ambrose will start a new lap time, and no, he will not beat start-finish line before about 41 seconds. So I reckon this is going to be his last lap, his last chance to improve. 43.075 was his lap time on the last lap. It's about a tenth off his best at the moment. Number 3 of Jay Smith going through shot there. The Fernando Alonso branded kart there. One of our late entries. Checkered flag is coming out then. 5 seconds to go in this session. Can Andy Ambrose improve and get into that top three? Checkered flag is out, and no, he can't. It's another 43.0. So consistently the fourth fastest driver out there, but it's going to be James Lowther who sets his lap time very, very early in this session. He takes pole by 7.5 tenths of a second. Daniel Kell, whose kart you can just see in the left of shot there, takes second place despite having what was possibly a hub failure on his kart that spat him off just past the commentary box at start finish here. Third place for Ryan Elliott. He pitted soon after the incident for Kell. Fourth place for Andy Ambrose. Fifth for Alfie Lindsay. That top four a fair way ahead of the rest of the field. Fifth for Alfie Lindsay, sixth for Ben Ficini, seventh for Jude Cole, eighth Dave Brown, ninth Paul Hudson, 10th Lee Oxley, and 11th Jay Smith. Well, there'll be a short delay in proceedings here as the number 89 kart of Daniel Kell is recovered back to the paddock. We'll take the opportunity to have another very short break here on the commentary, and we'll be back with the next qualifying session very, very soon. Welcome back then to Teesside Autodrome for the third round of the Teesside Owner-Driver Sprint Series. Andrew Mather from Double Dash Motorsport Media on comms for you today, with Alpha Live providing all the coverage on the stream. We're getting ready then for our next qualifying session. Drivers heading out on the circuit and getting warmed up. For our biggest class of the day, this is our Senior Pro Kart class. Really big field here for the Senior Pro Karts. Once again, they'll have a 10-minute timed qualifying session, 10 lap heats, and then a 12 lap final to finish proceedings here today. But let's not talk about the proceedings right now, because we've got what should be another pulsating qualifying session coming up. There's been really, really tight qualifying sessions throughout the day. And spectacular incidents as well, as we just saw in the senior two-stroke class. So, what's the situation then in the Pro Kart senior class at the start of this round? Well, your championship leader is Connor Lucas in the number 43, currently unbeaten this year with 6 heat wins and 2 final wins. Second place is Josh Falkus, third in the championship last year, looking to improve from that, won the December O-Plate meeting, hence why he has the O-Plate here this season. Third place is Scott Tate, fourth is Ben Fallon, and fifth is Brandon Truman Reddish. Mix of subclasses in our Pro Kart field as well. We've got our Pro Class, which is denoted by the little word Pro if you're looking at live.alphatiming.co.uk/Teesside. Our Clubman class, the CM class, as you see it here on the screen. A few novices in that class as well, and our senior class, the over 40s class as well, running round, all part of our senior Pro Kart field. Lap times coming through then, early doors. Josh Falkus has taken pole position, a 47.271, just half a tenth of a second clear of Connor Lucas, current championship leader in the number 43. So 3 minutes of this session gone already, 7 of them to go. Top Clubman runner at the moment is Daniel Gardner in the 73. New pole position lap time though from championship leader Connor Lucas, 46.789, but that's immediately beaten by Falkus, a 46.640. So we've got a proper scrap on here in round 3 of the Senior Pro Kart class for the Teesside Owner-Driver Sprint Series. Can Josh Falkus knock Connor Lucas off his perch? Third place at the moment is Scott Tate. David Brown fourth. Connor White has just jumped up 11 positions, top Clubman runner now, and 6th overall. Really good stuff there from White in the number 52. Lucas retakes provisional pole, 46.598. Fastest lap times coming through all over the place. Ben Fallon is up to third place, immediately displaced though by Daniel Gardner, who retakes Clubman pole. There's the O-Plate. Josh Falkus in second place overall, and currently less than half a tenth of a second behind championship leader Connor Lucas. So they all file through the first couple of chicanes. Here we're with the number 52, which is Connor White. Fighting there with the number 13, which is Martin Black, 97, Kian Ketteringham. Daniel Gardner, number 73, just got a quick shot of Danielle there, trying to get past the number 19 of Nigel Richardson, one of our 40s runners. Number 151, Brandon Truman Reddish, top Clubman runner in the championship at the moment and 5th overall. How's Truman Reddish doing at the moment? In 8th place, 2nd of the Clubman runners. Connor Lucas, though, still has pole position, but Scott Tate has come to the fore. Scott Tate into 2nd place now, of 46.554. margins behind. Lucas goes quicker though. There is a big lap time from Connor Lucas to the rest of the field. Beat that, 46.383. Ben Fallon back up to second place now with the number 13 kart. It's all moving around in the top 10 of this qualifying session. As a number 13, Martin Black in the pro class. How is Martin running at the moment? He's up to 6th place. Decent qualifying at the moment on row 3. Times continuing to go down. Scott Tate has improved and is 400ths of a second there or thereabouts behind Connor Lucas in terms of lap time. Lucas sets another 46.4 but doesn't improve. Connor White has just hopped up to 6th place. Josh Falkus moves back up to 3rd. Mere thousandths of a second behind Scott Tate. I think is the number 11. I think that's Paul Scaife out there. How's Paul running? At the moment, can't quite make out where he is on timing. Apologies. Coming over start finish then. Rob Lowe improves to 10th place. 46.846 for Lowe. 3 minutes to go then in this 10-minute qualifying session here at Teesside Autodrome. This is our senior pro kart class, the biggest class here today for the Teesside Karting Owner-Driver Sprint Series. Pole position still at the moment with Connor Lucas, 46.356. Diving through there was, who was that? I think that was the number 64 of Rob Lowe. So that's Rob Lowe who has just improved to 10th place on the last lap. Will that traffic have slowed him down though? Daniel Gardner has just improved to 5th place, 46.582. Very good battle going on in the CM class, the Clubman class. 46.582. Gardner's lap time at the moment, less than half a tenth of a second behind though, is Brandon Truman Reddish. Here's your fastest driver out on circuit at the moment. Or so fast, he just passed through our shot, the number 43 there, Connor Lucas. 46.256. Lucas has just gone quicker again. Lucas goes quicker again and is leaving the rest of the field behind here. He's clear by at least a tenth and a half. As we now watch the number 3 of Carl Newton, who's one of our novice runners. Great to see more novice runners here at Teesside. 49.229 is currently Newton's fastest lap time. And they'll be looking to learn a little bit from Connor Lucas, streaking ahead now, 46.635. So as Lucas had to deal with the traffic there, lost a little bit of time. Josh Falkus comes over start finish. Can he improve? No, still in the 46.4s, consistently in the 46.4s. So we cut back to the number 13, Martin Black, still in there in the top 10. Has fallen a couple of positions, now down in 8th place. Number 52 right up behind as well. Frenetic stuff here. Connor White, that is, the number 52. As everyone tries to find space, or maybe a bit of a buddy out there to help slipstream around this Teesside circuit. As drivers starting or crossing start-finish now are onto their penultimate laps. Time ticks away. Now anyone crossing start-finish will be on their last lap. And I think Connor Lucas just got in there just before the 46-second mark, so he might have two shots at this. Josh Falkus improves to 2nd, back onto the front row of the grid, 46.327, but he's only got one shot left. Can he do a little bit more? Can he find another 10th to beat Connor Lucas? 20 seconds to go. Number 26 comes over start finish, that's Mark Mitchell. Very well involved here with the series sponsor NRG Cycles. Not long to go then. Here comes our provisional pole sitter, a cross start finish. It's another 46.2, but that is it for Connor Lucas. Can the O-Plate get any kind of faster time? Yes, he can! Wow! Right at the end there, Josh Falkus takes a 46.243. I think he had a lot of help there with a bit of a toe. But brilliant stuff from Josh Falkus right at the end. He takes pole position by 13 thousandths of a second. Connor Lucas is beaten into second place. Row 2 will be Scott Tate and Ben Fallon. Then we get into our clubman runners. Row 3, Danielle Gardner takes pole position in that class, the subclass, ahead of Brandon Truman Reddish. Connor White and Rob Lowe will be row 4. Martin Black and Mark Tate. Mark Tate, fastest of the 40s, the over 40s class. Row 6 will be Toby Dodson and David Brown. Row 7, Jensen Barker and Jake Brooker. Row 8, David Brewis and Nigel Richardson. Row 9, Mark Mitchell and Cian Ketteringham. Row 10, Ross Jackman and Nick Smales. Row 11, Emma Brown and Richard Brooks. Row 12, Adam Wood and Chris Pease. Row 13, Alvin Dowell and Carl Newton. Well, a very, very close qualifying session in another class here at the Teesside Owner Driver Sprint Series. Fantastic stuff. We're going to take a short break here on the commentary. We'll be back for our next qualifying class. Well, apologies folks, I should keep up with my itinerary. That is the end of all the qualifying sessions, so we are going to take a break, a much longer break now, on the comms of about an hour for the Teesside Owner Driver Sprint Series. Do come back later, and some fantastic racing, 3 heats and a final in each of the classes as we go through the day. I've been Andrew Mather from Double Dash Motorsport Media. We'll see you later on in about an hour's time for the start of the racing here for round 3 of the Teesside Owner Driver Sprint Series.